please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a video. Please also hit the thumbs up or down button to let me know which direction to go for future videos. Thanks. When Kevin Samuels was a consultant for men, he described black men as being weak and lazy. He himself becomes frustrated with the men because they're so disappointing in the way they're approaching their lives. But now that it's more lucrative for him to judge black women and tell them all about their shortcomings, he tells them anything, whether it's true or not. And he does this to get viral moments and to get likes and views. But none of what he says is helpful to the black community, and especially not to black women. And judging by his content towards black men 2 years ago, he doesn't believe any of what he tells black women today.
Personally, I find it sad that I'm even having to make these broadcasts. It's sad that young black men don't have the knowledge, did not seek the knowledge, are so woefully uninformed about the realities of what the world is. That's why I find a lot of this sad. The fact that I'm even having to give these broadcasts to guys who are 23 years old and up lets you know how far behind black men are. You take a cross section across corporate America in middle management, upper management, and there are few to no black faces, black male faces. It's my opinion that a lot of black men are comfortable just being there, just getting a job. You have no problem just going in and getting the job. It's my opinion that many black men are afraid to compete because competition exposes your weaknesses. It's my opinion that you can be a great individual contributor, but when you get promoted to management, you have to take off the uniform and put on the suit. And you don't have the skills to lead men. To lead, you don't. It's my opinion, you don't. There's not a lot of people out there talking to black men, and our issues are unique, but they can be overcome. They're unique, but they can be overcome. But you have to have a proactive killer instinct, and you have to be looking for solutions, not excuses or reasons why it can't happen.
Now that Kevin is a self-appointed dating coach who tells women they need to compete for black men, he tells black women that they need therapy and that they're not suitable for marriage, and that is why black men aren't marrying them.
And
Question.
I'm trying to branch off from that. What's the best way to branch off from, I guess, my side hustle into my actual
Where do you live?
Atlanta?
Who do you live with?
My mother currently.
That's how you get the fuck out and branch out. You get out of your mama's house. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear your story. I don't want to hear nothing from a 25-year-old living in his mama's house trying to find himself. I don't want to.
Okay, I put 20,000 on the side to invest, but I don't know what to invest in. And while I was waiting to figure out what to invest
are you working full time?
No, I'm not working full time.
When's the last time you had a full-time job?
Before the pandemic.
Do you have a college degree?
No degree.
Who do you live with?
I stay by myself.
How are you paying rent if you don't have a job?
I'm still collecting money from my last job from the pandemic.
All right, so
and hold
on. So I'm talking to a man who ain't had a job in what, 6 months?
Yeah, roughly.
And you asking me what to do with 20,000 funky dollars?
Yep.
You can't increase zero to nothing. You can't increase zero. What do you mean? Okay. Yeah. You're 31 with no kids. Mm-hmm. And you want to know how to increase your value.
Yeah.
Increase your value to what?
Increase my value to where not so much have the pick of the litter when it comes to women and the life I want to live, as far as like the house I want to live in, the life I want to provide to my future children. I'm really kind of just running away.
Dude, you're 31 years old. I need you to say you're 31. I'm still hearing no offense. The dude that just called 22, you sound just like him, and you're 10 years older.
Yeah.
Are you in school? Yes or no?
Oh, yes.
You're in college?
Yeah, I'm going to HCC, which is a Houston college, for web development because I want to.
So where's your dad?
In that field.
So where's your dad?
In my life, and in his house.
Oh, okay.
Which is where I'm at.
But okay, are you going to school full time or part time?
Part time.
So where are you working?
I actually work in my city's court system. I am a civil screener. I scan people through metal detectors.
How many hours a week are you working? How many hours a week are you working?
A total 25 hours a week.
Okay, that's unacceptable. You're a part-time student, you need to be a full-time worker. See, you've already failed the first one, lazy.
Second question, I live in Victoria, in BC, Canada, and there's not a lot of brothers here. As a high-value man, I want to find my network here.
You're not a high-value man. As a high-value man, what?
You said a high-value man has a good and strong network.
Right, but we're not the high-value man yet.
Well, we have to develop ourselves around the network.
Well, but we don't need to be worrying about high-value man yet. We got to get to man.
Okay.
You're not the man yet.
Okay.
I mean, no offense, you're 32. And you're in college. You're not to man yet. So you guys are still wanting to you're wanting to skip steps. I just told you, you're 10 years behind. High value should be anywhere in your conversation. It should be, how do I become a functional man? Because whatever happened, I was allowed to waste 10 years. Actually, 14 years.
Yeah.
And you need to tattoo that on your forehead and focus on that. I'm 14 years behind. So I can't worry about YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and fanciful notions. I got to get caught up. I didn't set up this society. If anything, you should be happy that I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because it's highlighting the problem of hypergamy out of control.
I'm happy, and I think it's necessary, but I don't think you're directly trying to do it. That's why I was saying indirectly.
Then if I am then if I'm indirectly doing it.
Hypergamy is not out of control, and it is actually programmed into a woman's biology to seek a mate who can provide for her and her children. What Kevin Samuels is trying to do is lower Black women's standards and expectations of Black men, and for her to continue to settle for life at the bottom. Let's say that Kevin is successful in getting a large majority of Black men and women together and getting them married to each other. How does that help the Black community? Given the current structure of the Black community, marrying benefits men, not women, and she would still be in a masculine role because of her higher income, and his ego would be shattered. This is the reason Black men don't get married, because they can't afford to take care of a family. And judging by this group, they all seem to have a childlike mentality towards responsibility and life in general.
Oh, he's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And your competitors are doing what?
They're locked in. I'm figuring it out.
No sense of urgency with most Black men. Back to Zoom. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Sam?
Good. How are you? How old are you?
My disagreement.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Your disagreement?
My disagreement with what you're presenting this evening is that without power, us as African American men can't be productive or continue to move forward in society. And I've made a lot of mistakes at 31, but
Your disagreement is, make your disagreement concise. It sounds like you have a disagreement without, I don't understand what your disagreement is.
yeah, I'm having a hard time forming it into words, honestly. So yeah, I apologize for wasting your time.
All right. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Samuels. Can you hear me?
Yeah, how old are you?
I am 22 years old.
What's the disagreement?
My disagreement is more of a counterpoint towards your image shifting. I believe it was ruggish, refined. What was the third one? Forgive me. It was ruggish, refined, and
The three keystones of the three foundational images, they exist. What's the disagreement?
in terms of image shifting, how can we how can black men that are more towards the refined or the less majority, how can they be in these positions for a relationship? I know I'm thinking a little bit too early, but in terms of people that are
either you fit into one of these categories more or less one way. What's the disagreement? That the categories exist?
No, the disagreement is mostly how can people, black men that are more into the minority categories be seen more since
okay,
like
young man, that's not a disagreement. A disagreement is you said this tastes good and I think it doesn't. This is not a disagreement. Thank you. Guys, come on now. I got too many people on here. And y'all are just trying to get on and talk. Hey, what's your question?
I'm moving into sales from a construction job, and right now I was good at my construction job.
What's your question?
How does somebody who is anti-seductive get into sales?
How old are you?
27.
Anti-seductive or anti-social?
Anti-seductive.
What does sales have to do with seduction?
Everything.
No, it doesn't.
Kevin Samuels acknowledged that there were not a lot of people talking to black men and guiding them to their potential. So why did he stop? I will say that if he had continued down the path of helping black men, he may have helped get a few of them out of their mother's house. But he's shown that his pathology is no different than any of the men who call him, as he decides to chase likes and views with the lie of, I'm helping the black community. And since he no longer consults with black men, is he saying that by and large they're now suitable for marriage and they're on the right track to greatness? Leave your comments below, and thanks.